it's Megan, and today I'm going to do a video of a declutter that is long overdue. A few days ago I posted my dark side of project panning video where I talked to you guys about my struggle with being so obsessed with using up products that I just use stuff I don't even like, that I don't think makes me look good, that doesn't make me feel good, and I'm over it. Like, I do not want to do that to myself anymore. Life's too short, as many of you guys said, and beauty stuff is just a fun addition to life, so why am I making it like a stressful thing in my life? So I have a box of stuff that I never really liked in the first place, but that I held on to for too long. Some of it I will be passing on that I've like received or bought within the past year or so, and then there's other stuff that I am just going to like toss out. So it's mostly skincare and like face products, like foundations and stuff. I really don't buy like eyeshadow palettes or like lipsticks or stuff like that I don't really like the colors of, because I think those products you pretty much can't go wrong, but with like foundations and skincare it can definitely go wrong. So let's start with some foundations. So the Cover FX Power Play foundation and concealer, these just never really worked for me. The concealer worked like well for me for like the summertime, but this color is too light. It's N Fair 2, and on their website when I purchased this, they, at least back then, had a shade match guarantee. So if it didn't, like if you received it and it didn't really match, they would send you a better color match for you free of charge. So I have the shade light and light 1, I believe, and that matches me perfectly. So N Fair 2 was always too light. It's like practically white on my skin, and I mean I'm very pale, but this is like too light for my preferences. So I only use this a few times, and one of my best friends, Caitlin, does cosplay, and so I like to give her like the first pass at anything I'm decluttering, because she can use stuff for costumes that she doesn't usually wear in day-to-day life. So maybe something like this could help her kind of like contour in different ways, so I'll be letting her have that if she wants it. And then the Power Play foundation, I have it in N10, and the color match is good. I like the packaging. It's like a squeezy bottle, which is really nice for traveling, but this is just too drying on my skin, and I just have to come to terms that I don't have super oily skin and I don't have super dry skin. I have just normal skin, and for some reason that is a hard concept for me to grasp. So this is definitely more geared toward people with oilier skins, and I just don't have that skin type. So this doesn't really work for me and never really did, and before it gets too old I'd rather pass it along. This foundation just like confuses me beyond belief. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. I have the shade 410. It's a great color match. I love the packaging. Mine's a little messy, but I love that it's a pump, which you don't always see in drugstore foundations. You don't even see that in all high-end foundations. So this is a really nice like idea of a foundation. I bought this right when it came out, I think maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago. I can't even remember. And to be honest, I never liked it. I never thought it looked good on my skin. No matter what I did, it always just looked kind of drying and like, I don't know, it was like patchy almost on my skin. So I bought it because so many people were like, it works on oily skin, it works on dry skin, it's the best foundation ever, and I just don't understand. Like, it just doesn't work for me, and that's okay. Like, not everything will work for me, and that's just something that I have to, again, come to terms with. So again, I'll see if anyone in my life wants this, if this matches them. I always have a problem because I feel like I am so much paler than a lot of my friends, so we can't really like trade foundations or whatever, but I'll see if anyone wants that. Then there's some products that are just old that I shouldn't have hung on to for this long, and I won't be forcing myself to use it up. The Makeup Forever Mist and Fix, I have, like, if you poured this one in the full size, I have like half a bottle left of it. I bought this many years ago, and if I haven't finished it by now, it's just time to go. I got the what is it called, all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay. I bought that around Black Friday last year, so that is the setting spray I'll be using. This is just too old. As you guys know, I've been dealing with like a rash or like hives, and even though I can't pinpoint that it was a product that I used, it just makes me so much more aware that old stuff should not be touching my face. So that is going. And then this I am going to back to MAC. This is the MAC Prep and Prime Transparent Finishing Powder. I received this from one of my friends that I met on YouTube, Kristen, and it was so generous of her to send this to me, and unfortunately I really haven't used it as much as I should have over the years. Thankfully with Back to MAC, like, you can get a lipstick in exchange for I think 6 products. So I think I have 5 now, and this just is old. It's not my favorite powder because it's just kind of like a silica powder, and that never really like worked for me. I don't know. I'm just weird about powders. So this is going to be Back to MAC. Then these Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. These are really pretty. This is in Celestial, and when I got the like foundation and concealer, it was during either Cyber Monday or Black Friday, and this was a free gift with purchase. So I used it around that time, and I haven't used it since then. Again, it's really pretty and gives a nice glow, but if you can see, when it like shifts, it's almost darker than my skin, and it's a really weird consistency. It's like oily, and I don't like that. So I recently got the High Beam liquid highlighter from Benefit, and that is like a much prettier, nicer texture, but like a similar concept to the custom enhancer drops. So my sister might want these, one of my friends might want these. Literally, I've barely used it, and it would take forever to ever use up this whole thing. But yeah, it's just not a formula I really ever liked. Then I have a lot of moisturizers. Some I purchased and some were sent to me. So this one I bought like 2 years ago, the Peach Slices Starlit Glow Highlighting Moisturizer. This is not a moisturizer. This doesn't moisturize my skin in the slightest. I love that it's a squeezy tube, but this is not a moisturizer. It is just like a glowy primer, but it's a weird type of glow. It's like pink, and it's just, I just don't like it. I never did, and again, I would have forced myself to use it up. I don't know if you can see, but it is like a pink shift to it, and there was a time, I think maybe in the fall or something, that I was applying it on my chest, and I think it did like kind of break me out a little bit. So this, I don't know. Yeah, it's like so not moisturizing. It's just not good. I think I'm gonna throw that out actually. This Caudalie Venosource Creme SOS Hydration Intense. This just has a lot of fragrance to it. I used a bit of this. I was sent this from the company, and it's just too heavily fragranced for me. Like, I have sensitive skin, and I just don't like the scent. Even if I wasn't, like, if I didn't have sensitive skin, I just don't like this strong of a floral fragrance in my skincare. So I probably will throw that out as well, because all of my friends pretty much have sensitive skin. Like, it's kind of weird, but we all do. So I don't know if anyone would really want that. Then this Bliss Rose Gold Rescue Gentle Moisture Cream for Sensitive Skin. To me, this is not for sensitive skin. This is like shea butter for your face, and to me, shea butter does not work on my face. Like, it is just too heavy. It has a slight scent to it, not as bad as the Caudalie, but this definitely clogged my pores, and Bliss sent me products like a year or two ago when that line first came out, which was really cool, but that product in particular just never really worked for me. This Cica cream by VT Cosmetics, I've been very fortunate that VT Cosmetics has sent me quite a few packages over the past like 2 years, and this is a like gel cream moisturizer, but it's I just don't like this consistency, and I'm gonna see if my sister wants it or something, but it's like very like slicky and has a strong scent to it. It's like kind of like a masculine scent. Like, it's good. I think it's like bergamot or something, but to me that's kind of like a more masculine scent. But it just, I don't know, it just doesn't do anything for me, and honestly it might irritate her skin as well. She has really, really sensitive skin, so I might also throw that away. And it's like very like, just like slick, and I just don't like it. Speaking of things with like a strong like bergamot or something type of scent, this essence from Eco Your Skin, I bought this at Peach and Lily, or on Peach and Lily's website, and this is so strongly fragranced, like essential oils or something, and I just don't love essences. Like, I just don't, and there's some that I have in my collection that I like more than others. This is just one that I never really liked. I used a bit of it over the past like 2 years, but it's just time for it to go. This is such a beautiful product. It's the Amore Pacific Youth Revolution Radiance Cream and Mask. Super heavy, super expensive, and it's like a sherbet texture, I think is what they like called it, but it's very fragranced again, and it's kind of like unwieldy, this packaging. Like, the lid is so huge and then the product is like way smaller, so I don't know. I'll let my mom try that if she wants it, because it's like really fancy and cool, but to me it didn't impress me that much to choose it over my other moisturizers that are way less expensive. And then the last thing that I am decluttering is this super adorable donut from Revolution Beauty. This is pink frosting, and it's a cheek, like a blush duo. So this is beautiful. There's literally nothing wrong with it, but I don't need more blush, and I think my sister will think this is really cute, even if she just like uses it for decoration, and sometimes she uses makeup but not very much, so she might just enjoy looking at it. But I think she would, I don't know, I just don't use pink blush like that very often, and when I do, I have ones already in my collection. So that is my long overdue declutter. There were a few things in my collection that I was kind of like, I want to give this a last chance and see if I like it, and I want to do that more. So there was like, I think one other foundation in my collection that I'm kind of like uncertain about, so I'll try that out when I get the mood to do it. I'm just wearing my L'Oreal Pro Glow, which is such an old tried and true that I repurchased recently when all my other foundations were just like making me look old and crusty, and this is just a beautiful light coverage, more natural and glowy foundation that I just love. So I'm happy to get some of these products, or all these products, out of my collection, and hopefully the ones that I pass on to my friends and family get more use than I have been giving them, and some of the stuff is just going in the garbage because, like I said, some is old and a lot of it was sent to me, and so it's not like I'm just throwing out money that I spent. So yeah, that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe it encourages you to look through your collection and see what you've been hanging on to for a little bit too long that you never really liked anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye!